I won't touch it.
Okay. Okay, so the last step is you're going to get, I'm going to have this be a white blouse. And so she's got all of her shadows in, or pretty much most of them, and she's got some lights showing through. And now for the very end stage, you're going to put on some warm lights. Now, I think I'm going to, you could do this two ways. You could add blue to the white or add yellow, ochre, and orange. And I think I'm going to add yellow, ochre, and orange to the white. And this is the stage. Remember the last stages, the thicker paint comes on in the very end. So the lightest is the thickest. And we don't use white right out of the tube. We always add something to it. So this has a little yellow and a little orange, yellow ochre.
A lot of white.
And a lot of white. And so we're putting this, I've got a lot of color on my brush, a lot of paint on my brush. And since I don't really have a picture that I'm working from now, I mean the girl that was in that portrait does not have, hello? She does not have a white blouse on. She's got, that's my phone.
I thought I had a hawk song too.
I know, but it must be, my son set this up, so.
Okay.
Okay, so the light's coming from this way, so she might actually get some color on her shoulder. So maybe just, I'm turning my brush to the side. And this is the part that if you want to do the impressionist stuff and you actually get to see the brush strokes, this would be the time. That's a little bit too much. So if that's too strong, and I think it might be a little bit too strong, I can just kind of soften the edge with my cloth. Might soften that anyway. And I've got some paint still on this brush, so let's put, I'm going to let some of this paint show through. So the reason I pulled this up to the front is so that I can put my brush flat. You don't want to be painting up like this. You want your brush flat so that for this kind of thing, you want to see some of the stuff underneath. So I'm putting some, there's my phone. Somebody's leaving me a message. Okay, so. And it's a very soft touch if you want to see some of the stuff underneath. All kinds of bells and whistles in here.
I got a message.
Oh, it's you that's got the message. Okay, here, I'm going to keep that kind of soft. And this will get a little bit more. And that's going to be a little bit softer. There's someone just scrubbing away over there. Okay.
So mainly work on the shirt.
Yeah, this is basically for the shirt. I think, you know, I had one color here, but I think if this were a white shirt, I'm going to go ahead and put, and if you're going to put a line, like this has a seam around the top part, you don't want to start here and end up here. You want to do this in several strokes. And so again, I'm holding it flat, and I'm only using part of my paintbrush because it's a thin stroke, but I've got a thick brush. So your eye will know how to connect all these dots. And over here, I probably should have been a little bit lighter, and I'm going to be a little bit lighter here. I mean, lighter touch, so that this is a little bit, so I can see a little bit more stuff come through. And I think I should have seen a little bit more stuff over here. Some of that underpainting should be showing through, because I want this to be a little bit darker on those edges. If you look at some of those old portraits, a lot of them, the faces are really, really smooth, and then you look down in their clothes, And you can see all these wonderful brush strokes, so.
I like the red
And we can also do a little bit with this vest, get a few more brush strokes there just for fun. I know I'm running out of time on my little video, so I'll just, it has to be a lighter, brighter color than what's there if the light is on it. So I've got yellow ochre, orange, and a little bit of burnt sienna. And she might get some light here. That might even be a little bit too bright, but. Too bright. And maybe just across that shoulder. Let's see, this hair is probably blocking some of the light, but some of it's getting through. I think that might be a little bit too yellow, but
Yes,
maybe
it
not.
is.
You think so?
Yeah.
I love
Okay.
the dark.
Okay.
You need to, kind of take out.
We'll
some
go
of the
back.
light. Yeah.
We'll go back in time. We'll get a little bit darker.
You are no longer in